Hey guys, it's Pup, and oh shoot, it's December 25th. I totally forgot to make a Christmas special. Okay, I still got a few hours. It's only 5 p.m. What should I make my Christmas special about? Mario Kart? No, I just did that. Mario Odyssey? Overdone. A Christmas Party? Not original. Yeah, I have no idea what to make my video about, so I don't really know what to do, guys. I guess I can use a randomizer. Okay, let's spin this. Angry Birds? That's not very Christmassy. I don't really think I can do that. Maybe I'll just do a video on Nintendogs instead. I mean, I guess that's more Christmassy than Angry Birds. Wait, was that my doorbell? What is this? Why is this on my doorstep? This is just creepy. I guess someone really wants me to do Angry Birds. I'm kind of just scared now, so I guess I'll do my Christmas special on Angry Birds because this is just creepy at this point. Well, okay, this shouldn't be that hard. There's only a few Angry Birds games. I mean, why is there so many? Well, this is gonna be torture. Everyone knows Angry Birds. It started off as a small mobile game in 2009 and has become a worldwide sensation with dozens of games, merchandise, multiple theme parks, Lego sets, and even 2 movies. And don't worry, I'm going to get to the movies. Now today, I'm going to look back on every single Angry Birds game and some other stuff from Angry Birds history, because apparently it's my Christmas special now. Anyways, let's get this over with already. First we have to go where it all began. Angry Birds 1. This was released in 2009 by Rovio. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And it became a hit and definitely one of the most iconic mobile games of all time, and probably helped revolutionize mobile games in my opinion. The story for this game is that the birds' eggs were stolen by the pigs, and your goal is to go through each level, destroying the pig structures and getting the eggs back. First of all, I just really like the pig character design. They all have cool features. Like, just look at that big orange mustache. And just look at King Leonard. Dang, my boy really had a glow up. The gameplay here is really simple, which is a big reason why it became so popular. Basically, you just use a slingshot to shoot the birds and destroy structures. That's it. Angry Birds has always been pretty simplistic, which I think really benefits this series. Now, despite this simpleness, they still switch up the gameplay with all the different birds. Each bird has a different ability. Some are useless, while some are overpowered. The further you get through the game, the more birds you get. You start the game with Red, who literally has no abilities. He's just pretty boring, but that's kind of the point, so I'll let it pass. We have Chuck, who can speed up, Bomb, who can explode, the Blues, who can split into 3s, Matilda, who can drop an egg projectile below her. I'm the only one who didn't know Matilda was a girl at first. I swear she was a boy. She looked kind of like a boy. Anyways, we have Hal, who acts as a boomerang, and Terrence, who is really big. But we can't forget about the one, the only, the Mighty Eagle. Yet before he was pissing in a lake, he was added here post-game. He was added in a post-game update, and he basically can just instantly beat any level for you per hour. Yeah, that isn't overpowered at all. I mean, I don't really see the point of this because who would want to play a game where you can just automatically beat the levels, but at least you can only do it once per hour, but that's still kind of dumb in my opinion. But overall, Angry Birds 1 is a good start to the series and helped Angry Birds become one of, if not the biggest mobile franchises of all time. But it's still pretty simple compared to later entries, so I'll give Angry Birds 1 a 7 out of 10. It's kind of generous, but that's a good score. There could be more content, but it's understandable because it's the beginning. But compared to later entries, it's just alright. The next game in the series was Angry Birds Seasons, released in 2010, and this is just a great sequel. It does anything a good sequel should do. It takes everything from the first Angry Birds and just expands on it in a great way. The big new thing here is that each level pack or world, whatever they're called, is based on a different season or holiday, hence the name Angry Birds Seasons. Like Easter, Halloween, Christmas, heck, there's even one based on the first day of school. Seasons was mainly focused on in-game events, where they introduced new levels and sometimes even new characters. The first character they introduced is Bubbles, the orange bird who can inflate himself. He's pretty cool. You know me, I love inflation. Oh wait, never mind. The next bird was Stella, who can create pink bubble things. You know, shouldn't she have been called Bubbles? Whatever. I think she's okay. I was never a big fan of her. She's pretty overrated. I don't know. Overall, Angry Birds Seasons is just a great game and a fantastic sequel. It's especially good because of how long they supported the game with all the in-game events. I mean, I could go on forever about all the events they did, but I'll just leave it at they were great. There was just so many. The theming, the events, this is just a top tier Angry Birds game, and definitely one of my favorites. It's up there. 9 out of 10. The third game in the series was Angry Birds Rio, released in 2011. Now this was the start of Angry Birds crossovers, as we would eventually see Star Wars, Transformers, heck even Just Dance. Rio is just a bit weird to me though. Who came up with this idea? I mean, I guess they wanted to promote the upcoming Rio movies, and both games have birds, but it's still just pretty random for me. Anyways, how's the actual game? Well, it's pretty good. I like how this game changes things up, like there's a different story, like there's no longer pigs, now there's evil birds. And this game also introduced boss levels, which I think is good. I don't love it, but it's still a nice addition. Some of the Angry Birds games just blend together, and this one doesn't really stand out to me much, aside from it being a crossover, but it's still pretty good. Not as good as Seasons, but it's decent. I give it a 8 out of 10. The fourth game in the series is Angry Birds Friends, released in February 2012. And I'm not totally sure if this even counts as a mainline Angry Birds game. This is just a weird game. You see, the reason of this is because it's actually a Facebook game. Yep, Facebook. I'm glad to see that they're finally reaching out to the white mom demographic here. Yeah, but I don't know if this is a spin-off or not, but I'll count it, whatever. And this is really different from the other Angry Birds, since I'm pretty sure there's no episodes or level packs. Instead, they have tournaments, where every week they have around 6 levels. If you do good in the tournament, you can get bird coins, which you can use to buy power-ups. Yeah, get out of the way, V-Bucks, we have the superior in-game currency now. Aside from the tournaments and bird coins, it's still normal Angry Birds. I like that you're able to compete against other players online. I'm pretty sure this was the first time they ever did this, and I really like it. But to be honest, this game is kind of lacking. Since there's no level packs and just tournaments with only 6 levels, this game is just kind of lacking in content. Now I think it's cool how they do a bunch of tournaments and events. It's kind of like Angry Birds Seasons, except you can't play as much levels. Maybe you can, maybe I'm just being dumb, probably. But from my experience, I just wish you could play levels up front. Keep in mind, this game is kind of hard to play, I haven't played it in years, so I'm probably just wrong. Anyways, I give it a 7 out of 10. I trust there was an easier way to play the levels other than tournaments. The next game is one of my personal favorites, Angry Birds Space, released in March 2012. The big new thing here is, well, space. And since it's in space, of course the gravity is kinda crazy. In past games the stage was just flat, but now there's floating planets everywhere and they all have different gravitational pulls, and it's just a fresh of breath air. At this point I was starting to think the series was just gonna get a little dry, since it's just the same thing over and over again. I mean, you can only shoot a slingshot at a tower so many times. But Angry Birds Space really freshes things up. This is like the Mario Galaxy of the Angry Birds series. It's revolutionary, it's space, I mean they're basically the same thing. Angry Birds Space basically has an entire new cast of characters. Every bird is changed to have some cool space costume, and I'm pretty sure some even have new abilities. But the main star here is of course the Ice Bird. He's just so cool and I really love the ice ability. I'm just really surprised he hasn't returned in future games. They literally replaced him with a random power-up, which is just kinda sad. But yeah, Angry Birds Space is a top tier Angry Birds game. 9 out of 10. It seems Angry Birds was really into space at the time, as their next game was Angry Birds Star Wars, released in November 2012. This crossover still doesn't feel real to me. Now don't get me wrong, Rio was cool I guess, but Star Wars is just on another level. Star Wars. Angry Birds Star Wars, oh my goodness, it's such a stupid idea, but it actually works so well. You can see that for basically all the crossovers, but especially Star Wars, it's just so great. This game was based on the original trilogy, New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. This game was basically normal Angry Birds and Angry Birds Space combined. They like had a baby and it was just amazing. as some levels took place on the ground, while others took place in space. It's just pretty cool to play Angry Birds in iconic Star Wars locations like Tatooine, Endor, Hoth, Cloud City, just normal space, Dagobah, and even the freaking Death Star. Twice. Not only were the levels given a Star Wars makeover, but also the characters. Every single bird is based on a Star Wars character. Red was Luke, Chuck was Han, Bomb was Obi-Wan, the pigs were Stormtroopers, Terrence was Chewie, Stella was Leia, etc. I can go on and on. I also love how the Mighty Eagle is turned into the Mighty Falcon. I just find that really funny. Overall, this is just a fantastic game. It's literally Angry Birds Space, but even better, which Angry Birds Space is already a super high bar, but Angry Birds Star Wars is just on a whole nother bar. I have so many memories with Angry Birds Star Wars. It just has a lot of content. It even brings back bosses from Angry Birds Rio. But yeah, it's just great to see all the Star Wars stuff in Angry Birds. 10 out of 10. And Angry Birds Star Wars was actually pretty successful. So successful that they ended up making a sequel. Yep, that's right. They made an Angry Birds 2, released in September 2013. This time, the game is based on the prequel trilogy instead of the original trilogy. So that's Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith, you know. What makes this game unique is that you can actually play as the pigs. You can choose if you're on the bird side or the pork side. And this is actually super cool. I'm pretty sure this was the first time you could play as the pigs outside of special modes and spin-offs like Bad Piggies. Now this game actually has a lot of content, and especially a lot of characters. I think it has over 50 characters. That's maybe a bit too much characters, but more content, so who cares. This is just a really good game. This is just like the first Angry Birds Star Wars, but it only adds a bunch of new characters, and you can also play as the pigs. I mean, it's great. I don't know what else to say. It's just Angry Birds Star Wars, but somehow even better. 10 out of 10. After this, the Angry Birds series kind of took a different turn. They were still updating their older games like Seasons and Star Wars, but the new games they were producing weren't really normal Angry Birds games. At the same time they were updating their normal games, they were making weird new games, like a racing game, a PvP game, and whatever Transformers was supposed to be. And this all started with the racing game, aka Angry Birds Go, released in December 2013. Move out of the way, Mario Kart Tour. This is the OG mobile racing game. This game was actually so much fun. Basically, it's just what it sounds like. You shoot your cart out of the slingshot, and you race against other birds or pigs. There's just a lot of content here, especially with the modes. There's normal racing, time trial, versus, and fruit splat. There's just a lot of variety here. Another cool thing you can do is that you can upgrade your carts. Basically, you can collect coins from the track, and use those coins to upgrade your vehicle. I remember just having a lot of fun grinding this game. Angry Birds Go is just a really nostalgic game for me. And definitely one of my favorite Angry Birds games, despite it being not really Angry Birds. My only complaint is all the in-game currency and stuff like that. I hate how you can only play a few matches before your energy runs out. It's classic mobile game stuff, but it's not classic Angry Birds. I don't think any Angry Birds game before this had an energy system, so yeah, it's pretty annoying and scummy. Angry Birds was always against that, but then they started doing it, and it's definitely dropped the quality of the games. But it doesn't take away too much from Angry Birds Go. This game is still a lot of fun, lots of content, and it even has great multiplayer. It's just a great game, just brought down by the stupid in-game currency and stuff like that. 8 out of 10. After delving into the racing genre, next Angry Birds stepped into the RPG genre. Yes, you heard me right, an Angry Birds RPG. And this game was called Angry Birds Epic, released in March 2014. This game basically follows the normal story. Pigs steal birds' eggs, you gotta get them back. But instead of using a slingshot to take out the pigs, you use a sword and shield. You go against pigs in different battles and defeat them with different skills and attacks depending on the bird. And all the birds have different classes, some are wizards, some are knights, etc. You can have up to 3 birds in your party and they all have different abilities. This game also has a crafting system, where you can craft different weapons after battles. The battle gameplay here is just really solid. My only real negative here is the same problem with Angry Birds Go, the in-game currency and stuff like that. It seems like the longer the series goes on, the more overboard Angry Birds goes with the in-app purchases. I don't even think the early games had any in-game purchases, and now they're just taking over. We saw that with Angry Birds Go in a big way, and it's still kind of present here. But aside from that stuff, this is just a really solid game, and it's surprisingly really good. It's an Angry Birds RPG, but it works. It's a really fresh game for the series. 9 out of 10. The next game in the series is another crossover game, Angry Birds Transformers, released in October 2014. And these crossovers are just getting more and more random. First there was Rio, which is just kind of puzzling, then Star Wars, which is just also kind of weird, but it kind of makes sense. And then there's Transformers. Why is this a thing? And why does it actually kind of work? Once again, this is not a normal Angry Birds game. This time, it's a run and gun. Yep, you heard me right. A run and gun Transformers Angry Birds game. This gameplay style is very weird to me, but it actually works. It just is really engaging and actually fits well with Transformers. You're just running across the map and you have to shoot the pigs and stuff, and it's actually pretty fast paced and a lot of fun. All of these games have shown that Angry Birds can fit basically anywhere. It doesn't matter the story, the game genre, the crossover, it always works. This game really shouldn't work, but it just does. The only real problem is, once again, the stupid in-app purchases, and you can only play for a bit because of stupid timers. This is just a recurring problem at this point. It's kind of ruining games, but it's whatever. But anyways, Angry Birds Transformers is just a really surprising entry to the series. It's kind of like Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle. It's a really stupid and just random idea, but it actually works really well. 8 out of 10. The next genre Angry Birds stepped into was the Match 3 games, with Angry Birds Fight, released in June 2015. It's basically Candy Crush and Angry Birds Epic combined. It has RPG elements, but instead of using turn-based combat to fight, you actually have to match birds together like Candy Crush. This is fine, I guess, just pretty boring. Other Angry Birds games are just really creative and innovative, but this one is just a basic Match 3 game. I don't really find this one interesting, it's just whatever. 6 out of 10. For the next game, Angry Birds finally returned back to their classic gameplay format after almost 3 years, with Angry Birds 2, released in July 2015. Okay, first of all, why the heck is this called Angry Birds 2? It's literally the 12th mainline game, not the second. I get they wanted to make a direct sequel to the first. It's just confusing. This isn't Angry Birds 2, it's Angry Birds 12. It makes no sense. But yeah, this game is just a return to form for the Angry Birds series. Kinda. First of all, the graphics are a major upgrade. I love the classic Angry Birds style, but I also really like this new style, and it's definitely positive. They also changed a few new things like adding new power-ups, a new bird, and changing up some modes, but it's still pretty much standard Angry Birds at the end of the day. Just with a few enhancements, some for the better, some for the worse. Now the big thing dragging down this game is, well, I'll let you take a guess. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you guessed in-app purchases, you would be correct. One of the best parts of the original Angry Birds games, there was no in-game currency, no gems, no bird coins, no energy. It was just a normal experience. I get that with how mobile games are today. They have to have the energy system to make money, and it was different back in the day. It just takes away from the experience a ton, especially compared to the original. Before, I could play as much as I wanted. Now after a certain time, I have to wait for more energy or just buy my way to play the game more. Now this is obviously an issue with a lot of the games I talked about before, and ones I'm going to talk about later. So I think I'm just going to stop talking about this because I'm just beating a dead horse at this point. But yeah, Angry Birds 2 is pretty fun outside of that, despite the dumb name and bad in-game purchases. I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. The next game is Angry Birds Action, released in April 2016. Fun fact, this was actually the first Angry Birds to use the movie designs for the characters in a game. The gameplay here is a bit weird. It's sort of like pinball where you can bounce off different things. It's actually kind of fun. I wasn't really expecting much from this game, but it's decent, I guess. Of course, the big problem here is all the in-game purchases and stuff, but I'm tired of complaining about that, so it's whatever. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Not much to say, it's just a decent game. Next we have Angry Birds Blast, released in December 2016. And it's another Match 3 game. Woo, yeah! You know, at least Angry Birds Fight tried to add on an RPG element, but this game is literally just a standard balloon popping Match 3 game. I mean, it's not bad, it's just really generic, and I have no reason to play this when there's millions of other Candy Crush clones out there. Angry Birds Fight at least tried new stuff and was kind of unique. This one is just not that good. Plus, I'm not a big fan of the art style, it's just not very good. 6 out of 10, not a big fan of this game. The next game is Angry Birds Evolution, released in June 2017. And this game is basically Angry Birds Epic and Action combined. It's an RPG style game, but with a pinball style gameplay. I don't even know what to say, this is just a worse version of Angry Birds Epic. The gameplay is just meh, it looks kinda ugly. I'm just not a big fan. It seems all the recent Angry Birds games are just mediocre. There's not really much to say aside from them being generic and just alright. So I give this game a 5 out of 10, I'm really not a fan. The next two games I'm going to put together because they're just so similar. Angry Birds Match and Angry Birds Dream Blast. Yep, they're both Match 3 games, because we definitely needed more of those games. Who actually plays these games, and why do they keep making so many? I mean, I guess they're pretty popular, they probably have a lot of downloads and make a lot of money, but they're just so painfully mediocre. I really want them to go back to the classic format because I just really don't like these Match 3 games. They just have no personality, and I just really hate the art style. 5 out of 10 for both of these games. I don't want to sound too negative, I just really don't like these games. Next we have Angry Birds Journey, released in March 2020. This is the second worst thing to happen in March 2020. Now I appreciate that they went back to the normal gameplay style, but I gotta mention the elephant in the room. The art style. It's just terrible. Now the gameplay is pretty fun and mostly the same as always, but the art style just ruins the game for me. Perhaps I'm overreacting, but I just really hate the art style. It's just too childish. It just looks like the game is for preschoolers. Maybe if there was an actual good art style, I'd appreciate this game. 6 out of 10. Next is Angry Birds Reloaded, released in July 2021. And this game is a true return to form for the series. It has everything I've missed with the recent games. The art style is great, the gameplay is great, the characters are great, the levels are great, everything is just great. My biggest problem with Journey was the terrible art style, and that's fixed here. This new art style is both classic and new at the same time. This game feels just like the originals. It's really just a return to form for the series, and it's just great. I really like this game. It's a 9 out of 10. Great game. And that's pretty much all of the mainline Angry Birds games. I'm probably missing a few. Like, I know there's a VR game, and apparently a Roblox game just came out, but most of the ones I didn't talk about aren't that important. Anyways, despite all the mainline games, there's also a few spin-offs, so let's discuss those. First we have my favorite, Bad Piggies, released in September 2012. You know, I always had a soft spot for the pigs, so it's great to see them get their own game. And this is one of the most unique spin-offs, since it's basically nothing like any of the other Angry Birds games. Basically, the objective is to use your materials to build vehicles and you have to get to the goal. There's just lots of puzzles and problem solving. It's just really fun gameplay. Oh, and I almost forgot, Bad Piggies just has such good music. I mean, all the Angry Birds games do, but especially Bad Piggies. The main theme is just such a banger, I mean, just listen to this.
Ranch, soda, tacos, kickball, waffles, and pancakes as meals. State fair, corn dogs, Hawaii, almonds, pins, and Asian beetles. Almond, milk, green olives, politics, spiders, Doritos. Ballpark, hot dogs, agent, Thomas, and Nintendo videos. T-Rex movie reviews, Guardians of the Galaxy. Wyoming Warm Liquids Company content.
Where was I again? Oh yeah, Bad Piggies? Great game. 10 out of 10. The next spin-off is Angry Birds Stella, released in September 2014. This game is actually really good. It has the classic Angry Birds gameplay, but with basically a whole new cast of characters. There's of course Stella, there's Poppy who can drop down from midair, Dahlia who can phase through objects, Luca who can do a sonic boom attack, Willow who can blast through objects, and Gale who can turn objects into gold. Honestly, this game's concept is a bit strange. Like, I'm surprised that Stella got her own game. I mean, I don't really know why she got her own game. It's just a bit weird to me, but it's still a good game. Plus, there's a whole new cast of characters, so it's just a pretty solid game. 9 out of 10. No complaints, really. Next is Angry Birds Pop, released in March 2015. Now, I don't know if this game actually counts as a spin-off, but Wikipedia labels it as one, so I'll go off that. Honestly, this game isn't that bad. It's a bubble shooter game, which I'm not a big fan of that genre, but at least it actually makes sense here, unlike the Match 3 games. I mean, you literally use a slingshot to shoot the bubbles, so it actually makes a lot of sense. This game is still pretty shallow and lacks personality, but it's still better than the Match 3 games, and it's actually pretty fun. I don't mind bubble shooter games, I'm not a big fan, but I don't mind them. Decent game, just nothing very interesting. 7 out of 10. So yeah, that's basically all the spin-offs. I mean, there is a few more. There's like a Facebook Messenger game and a bunch of more Match 3 games, so I'll pass. I don't really want to talk about more Match 3 games. Angry Birds, you gotta stop with the Match 3 games. I can't take this anymore. I have a family, please. So I've told you all about all these amazing games, so you probably want to go play them, right? Well, here's the thing. You can't. Yep, in July 2019, the original Angry Birds games were all removed from the App Store. This includes the first one, Angry Birds Seasons, and a lot more. Now apparently they're remaking the originals, and also making a Bad Piggies 2. And I'm pretty sure a few have even returned, like Bad Piggies Returned and maybe another one. But it still just sucks. They literally removed all the good Angry Birds and kept all the bad ones. Now I'm excited for when they return, but I don't even know if that's gonna happen. Rovio might just be lying. Time will tell, I guess. Anyways, let's move on to another interesting topic. Merchandise. With how successful Angry Birds is, of course there's gonna be a lot of merchandise. And I mean a lot. Now usually merchandise isn't too interesting, but Angry Birds has some certain things. 3 things in particular. The first thing is Legos. Yes, Lego Angry Birds exist. In promotion for the first movie, they did a partnership with Lego, releasing 6 sets. I actually find these sets pretty cool. I don't know, they're just so charming. Now it's just a bit cursed, but I just really like this theme. I remember I really wanted to get one for my birthday, but it never ended up happening. How sad, how sad. It seems like the theme flopped as they didn't make more sets for the second movie. But yeah, Lego Angry Birds, pretty cool. Kinda cursed, I mean, just look at this. Very cursed. The next big part of merchandise is the games. And I don't mean mobile games, I mean console games. Yep, they made console versions of some of the Angry Birds games. Now most mobile games don't actually get console ports because I think it's kinda pointless. I mean, what's the point of buying something for like your Wii? You can just get it for free on your iPod Touch. It makes no sense to me, but yet here we are. Multiple Angry Birds games were given the console treatment. The main one is the original Angry Birds trilogy, aka Angry Birds Seasons, and Angry Birds Rio. I think it's a pretty good deal, and it's just pretty cool. You get 3 Angry Birds games in one. Now I haven't actually tried out the console versions, so maybe the gameplay is a bit worse than the mobile versions, which kind of makes sense, but I'm sure it's fine. And actually this is probably the only way you can really play the old Angry Birds now that they're gone, so actually console games kind of make sense now. I take back what I said before. Angry Birds Star Wars was also released on consoles. I legit used to have it on the Wii, believe it or not. They should really port some more. Maybe when they eventually remake the classic games, they can put those on the Switch or something. I don't know, just a thought. Believe it or not, Angry Birds actually has a lot of theme parks. They have so many that I don't really want to talk about all of them because some of them are a bit boring. But there's a few that are really interesting, so let's touch on them. The first one is probably the coolest one to me. Angry Birds World in Qatar. I think I'm pronouncing that right. So Angry Birds World was opened in 2018. And this place is actually awesome. It has 20 rides, it's super big, it just looks awesome. I want to go to this place. Just look at this, just look at these pictures. This place just really looks awesome. There's even a water ride. They went above and beyond with this place. This place just looks amazing. I really want to go here. There's also an Angry Birds on Ice show, which I don't know how I didn't know this existed. It toured around Europe for about 2 months in the beginning of 2020 before the pandemic. And this is actually awesome. I wish I knew about this sooner. This actually looks amazing. It's literally Angry Birds on ice. The Angry Birds ice skating. This looks amazing. But there's literally buff pigs. This actually looks like the best thing ever. I'm sad that it's not going anymore because I would love to go to this. There's also an Angry Birds mini golf place that opened up in 2019 in New Jersey. I could actually go to this one day. I mean, this actually looks pretty cool. You know, I love mini golf and the theming here just looks on point, especially because when you actually like shoot your putt, you don't do it normally for golf. Instead, you use a slingshot, so it's actually very on theme. So, good job, golf people. You did good here. And then the final theme park I want to talk about is Angry Birds Land that opened up in Finland, and this was actually the first Angry Birds theme park, as it opened back in 2012. And this place looks pretty cool. It's all outdoors, and it just looks pretty nice. There's a playground, a drop tower, a roller coaster. It just looks really cool, and it's all themed around classic Angry Birds, so it's kind of nostalgic to me. It's kind of a shame how all these theme parks are overseas, so I can't really go to any of these. A lot of them have shut down, like the Angry Birds Ice Show doesn't run anymore, and COVID has probably affected a lot of these places. So it's kind of a shame. Maybe I'll be able to go to these one day. One day. I'ma have it one day. One day. We gon' get it one day. So yeah, Angry Birds has a lot of interesting merchandise. I still can't believe they have so many theme parks. Oh yeah, there's one more thing I should talk about with Angry Birds. It's pretty important. It's the...
Don't forget about the Angry Birds movies.
I was about to say that. Wait, Eli guy. What the heck? Why are you here? This isn't a collab.
I heard someone talking about Angry Birds and I just couldn't resist. Why are you even talking about Angry Birds on Christmas? Shouldn't you be like spending time with your family or something?
Yeah, I really should be doing that. But I kind of need to make a Christmas special. Plus, I'm pretty sure some random creep has my address. So the only real solution here is Angry Birds.
Well, that's oddly specific, but have fun and make sure to talk about the Angry Birds movie.
You're not gonna help me or anything? Okay then. Time to talk about the movies, I guess. But before I get to the movies, we gotta go back to 2013, when Angry Birds first dived into animation. You see, when something blows up as much as Angry Birds, it only makes sense to capitalize on this. And they definitely did this by delving into other media like theme parks and other merchandise, which we already tackled. But they also delved into animation, starting with Angry Birds Toons. This was a show with 3 seasons, and each episode was only a few minutes long. They were just nice, funny shorts. It's basically like Looney Tunes, but with Angry Birds characters. They were just great. It's really hard to discuss it all in just this video, because there was just so many. They were so charming and nostalgic. They were just great. They're also really successful. Because of the success of Angry Birds Toons, Angry Birds kept going by releasing more and more animated properties, like Angry Birds Stella, Angry Birds Blue, and even a stop-motion one called Piggy Tales. And of course, after all this, they would release a feature-length film, the Angry Birds movie, and eventually a sequel. It's obvious to see that Angry Birds has been very successful in the animation industry, with 2 animated movies and dozens of series with new ones coming out regularly. Like apparently a new Netflix series is coming out next year. That's pretty interesting. Anyways, let's stop beating around the bush and finally talk about the Angry Birds movie already. The Angry Birds movie was released in 2016, and it's actually pretty good. I was really surprised that I enjoyed this movie. I remember watching it back in like 2017, I think, and I had mixed feelings, but rewatching it, I've grown to enjoy it a lot more. Now the whole concept of the movie shouldn't really work. It's Angry Birds, except they completely changed their entire designs. Woohoo! Now these design changes are kind of weird for me, but I understand that they were kind of necessary for the sake of the plot. And it's much better to see a walking bird than a hopping bird. So yeah, it makes sense.
Honestly, this movie's comedy is a bit hit or miss at times, but it's kind of what you expect from a dumb kids movie. Most jokes just weren't very good. I literally only laughed one time and I'm kind of ashamed of it. Yep, I laughed at that stupid pee scene. That scene just dragged on for way too long, yet I still laughed. I mean, I'm not really proud of it. But yeah, the comedy is really not that good. It just tries way too hard. It makes sense for a kids movie, but still, it could have been better. Anyways, this movie is actually pretty good. It's faithful to the original games. I mean, it doesn't reference the gameplay too much, but that's fine, honestly. They still had all the stable characters and the pigs and everything, so it's fine. This movie just really surprised me. I really didn't expect to enjoy it, but it's just a fun movie. It's not the most amazing thing ever, but I just had a good time, and that's all that matters for some movies. I give the Angry Birds movie a 7 out of 10. Fun movie. The comedy's a bit meh, but it's just a good time. It's just a fun movie, and that's all it was really trying to be. The Angry Birds movie actually did really well in the box office. So well that they ended up making a sequel. Yep, the Angry Birds movie 2, released in 2019. This time, the birds and pigs teamed up. And I really like this. The dynamic just really works here, especially King Leonard. I loved him in the first one, and he's even better here. Now, I don't really like the pig side characters, but they're not that big of a deal, just a bit annoying. What I just love about both these movies is that they're both faithful to the original games while being their own thing. You can basically watch this movie as its own thing, with basically no connection to the games. Now, how is the comedy in Angry Birds 2? Well, it's actually great. This movie is surprisingly really funny. Now, some jokes are still just really bad. Like, there's another pee joke for some reason. Like, why? But this one is definitely funnier than the first movie by far. I just really love the wacky humor. And this movie is definitely a lot funnier than it has any right to be. It's honestly really surprising. Now, there's still some annoying stuff in this movie, like some weird side characters, the random baby bird and baby pig subplot that is just random. And there's even a baby shark reference in this movie for some reason, which is just cringe. But none of those things are that big of a deal. This movie just really surprised me. The humor is mostly great, and it's just a fun movie. And I enjoy it way more than the first one, which I really wasn't expecting. It's an 8 out of 10. Oh my gosh, I'm finally done. I talked about every game, every spin-off, all the movies, basically everything. I think this calls for some sort of celebration. Maybe a song. Yeah, let's do a song. What song should I sing? How about 12 Days of Christmas? That's pretty original, right? Yeah, totally.
Hey, I'm back.
Eli guy, why do you keep randomly showing up? I already talked about the movies. Are you not satisfied?
Oh, no, I'm very satisfied. Don't worry. I just really want to be in this song.
Okay, you can be in it, I guess. I don't see why not.
Can I be in it too?
Me too.
Me too.
Can I join too?
I guess I have a bunch of people singing with me now? Why did this turn into a collab all of a sudden?
I'm so excited. Let's start already.
Gosh, okay, let's get this over with already.
Yeah, hurry up.
Jeez, okay, can you guys just relax? Okay, start the song. Let's do this. On the first day of Angry Birds, my true love sent to me a Lego Angry Bird. On the second day of Angry Birds, my true love sent to me
2 scenes.
and a Lego Angry Bird. On the third day of Angry Birds, my true love sent to me
3 console games.
2 scenes.
and a Lego Angry Bird. On the fourth day of Angry Birds, my true love sent to me
4 theme parks.
3 console games.
2 scenes.
and a Lego Angry Bird. On the fifth day of Angry Birds, my true love sent to me all the old games are gone.
4 theme parks.
3 console games.
2 scenes.
and a Lego Angry Bird. On the sixth day of Angry Birds, my true love sent to me
6 Angry Bird tunes.
all the old games are gone.
4 theme parks.
3 console games.
2 scenes.
and a Lego Angry Bird. On the seventh day of Angry Birds, my true love sent to me
7 bird eggs.
6 Angry Bird tunes.
all the old games are gone.
4 theme parks.
3 console games.
2 scenes.
and a Lego Angry Bird. On the eighth day of Angry Birds, my true love sent to me
8 plushies.
7 bird eggs.
6 Angry Bird tunes.
all the old games are gone.
4 theme parks.
3 console games.
2 scenes.
and a Lego Angry Bird. On the ninth day of Angry Birds, my true love sent to me
9 Transformers.
8 plushies.
7 bird eggs.
6 Angry Bird tunes.
all the old games are gone.
4 theme parks.
3 console games.
2 scenes.
and a Lego Angry Bird. On the 10th day of Angry Birds, my true love sent to me
10 mighty eagles.
9 Transformers.
8 plushies.
7 bird eggs.
6 Angry Bird tunes.
all the old games are gone.
4 theme parks.
3 console games.
2 scenes.
and a Lego Angry Bird. On the 11th day of Angry Birds, my true love sent to me
11 Spinoffs.
10 mighty eagles.
9 Transformers.
8 plushies.
7 bird eggs.
6 Angry Bird tunes.
all the old games are gone.
4 theme parks.
3 console games.
2 scenes.
and a Lego Angry Bird. On the 12th day of Angry Birds, my true love sent to me
12 Green Pigs.
11 Spinoffs.
10 mighty eagles.
9 Transformers.
8 plushies.
7 bird eggs.
6 Angry Bird tunes.
all the old games are gone.
4 theme parks.
3 console games,
2 scenes.
And a Lego Angry Bird. Wow, that was honestly beautiful. Kinda cringy, but also just emotional to me. Anyways, I'm done with this. I'm just tired of Angry Birds, and I'm tired of the stupid video format. I hope you guys enjoyed my suffering, I guess. But I'm just done with this. I'm going home. Oh wait, I already am home. But I'm leaving this place. Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. I think I'm gonna take a break, because all this Angry Birds stuff has just fried my brain. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Peace, I guess. I don't know. I'm just done with this. we wish you a Merry Angry Birds. We wish you a Merry Angry Birds. We wish you a Merry Angry Birds and a Happy Angry Birds. Good tidings, Angry Birds. Angry Birds, Angry Birds. Good tidings, Angry Birds and Angry Birds. Angry Birds. Okay, I'm done with this.